I am willing to forgive myself and release myself from my anger and let the past go. The past is forgiven. I am thankful. I let go of my hurt and anger toward anyone and anything. I allow divine love to permeate my thoughts. I live in and out each moment of each day. Today, I forgive myself. My memory of this situation is healed. I move forward with renewed joy toward life. Today is graced with the divine. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself over and over again. Forgiveness expands within me to let the past go and open my eyes to the happiness of tomorrow. The past is gone. I live only in the present. I live in the now and design my future. The past has no effect on my present. I realize that my parents gave their best to me. I forgive them for any wrong that they unknowingly did to me. I also forgive myself for holding a grudge against them. I forgive myself for being imperfect like everybody else. However, I still manage to live the best life that I can. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. As I follow the path of forgiveness, life becomes a new, clean slate on which I can draw my new life plan as I wish. Each day is a new opportunity. Today is the first day of my new life. I forgive everyone from my life in the past and love myself into the future. I move beyond forgiveness to understanding, and I have compassion and kindness for all. I am forgiving, loving, gentle, and kind, and am safe in the knowledge that life loves me. I lay down the heavy weight of doubt, shame, guilt, and embarrassment. I release the past so I can step into the future with pure intention. I am capable of moving beyond my mistakes. I am able to heal from the hurt and pain of what I have caused. I am worthy of all the compassion and kindness life offers me. I forgive myself a day at a time until it's complete. I gently release the grip of anger and rage from my body. I set my past free and forgive my participation in it. I give up the hope of a different past by accepting my true past. I trust my present and future decisions based on love and good intentions. I trade my anger and rage for understanding and compassion. I accept that I did the best I could at the time with what I knew. I have the courage to heal and become whole again. I will treat myself with respect and kindness from today forward. I forgive others as I forgive myself, with ease, sincerity, and loving compassion. I take this small step toward greater growth. I am willing to live with all of who I am. I am capable of loving all of who I am. I go with the flow that life brings me. I grow more patient and understanding of others by forgiving myself. I let go of all self-judgment and self-sabotage. I melt into an ocean of love and forgiveness. I grow stronger and better as I forgive myself to move on. I forgive myself so that I can have inner peace again. I can only share my gift with the world if I first forgive myself. I move beyond forgiveness to understanding, and I have compassion for all. I know that old, negative patterns no longer limit me. I let them go with ease. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. I forgive everyone in my past for all perceived wrongs. I release them with love. I am ready to be healed. I am willing to forgive. All is well. I forgive the actions of those I feel have wounded me. I forgive myself for all I feel I have done. I allow myself to be forgiven. I forgive my parents. I forgive what I have done to the life I have been given. I forgive myself for believing in old thought patterns. Forgiveness comes easily to me. I send forgiveness to the entire world. I feel and accept forgiveness from the world. Forgiving others makes me feel good. Forgiving myself feels good and right. It is okay to forgive myself. It is okay to be guilt-free. It is okay to be forgiven. I deserve total forgiveness. I forgive myself completely. I am forgiven. I forgive humanity. I forgive myself for anything I have done badly to my kids. I'm sorry for anything bad I've ever done. I choose to forgive myself. I choose to forgive my children. I choose to forgive the universe. I choose to forgive my perception of God. I choose to forgive my neighbors. I forgive and release my childhood and its memories. I forgive myself for being angry. I forgive my body when it seems to fail me. I forgive myself for having doubts. I let go of any mistakes I have made and forgive myself. I forgive myself for any times I have acted unlovingly. I am ready to forgive myself today. I am ready to forgive my parents today. I am ready to forgive my children today. I am ready to forgive the universe today. I forgive myself. Forgiveness is a virtue I possess in great abundance. Forgiveness is important to the future of the world. I forgive, therefore I am. I forgive myself for not wanting to forgive. I forgive myself for thinking I am unable to forgive. I forgive myself for choosing negative responses. I forgive what I have become. I forgive what I haven't become. I forgive my judgments over others. I forgive myself for when I am disappointed. I forgive myself for when I am angry and hostile. I forgive myself for when I ignore the positive. I forgive myself for hating and revering God. I forgive myself for caring what others think of me. Forgiving myself allows me to discover my inner self. Forgiveness frees up energy to use for other projects. Forgiveness makes it easier to communicate with all. Forgiveness is its own reward. Forgiveness provides a great gift, the gift of peace. I forgive the universe now in this moment. Everyone forgives me this day. I forgive myself for ignoring who I am. I forgive myself for being annoyed. I forgive myself for buying into another's attitude. I forgive myself for letting others push my buttons. I forgive myself for being tired. Forgiveness is a part of my nature. Forgiveness is my first reaction to any situation. Forgiveness makes me smile. I have a very forgiving nature. It feels natural for me to forgive regularly. I forgive myself for being nervous. I forgive me for thinking bitter thoughts about my friends. I forgive myself for any promises I have broken. I forgive myself for my feelings of envy or jealousy. I forgive those who speak in anger. In my life I emphasize love and forgiveness. I choose to understand what forgiveness really means. I forgive myself for feeling like I am alone. I choose to forgive myself for old limiting beliefs. I forgive what I perceive to be bad drivers. Forgiveness is the greatest gift I give anyone today. I am relieved to discover that I am kind and forgiving. Happiness stems from loving and forgiving myself. I let go of the past and correct the present. I choose to freely forgive anyone I'm angry with. I shorten the time it takes to forgive myself today. Today I forgive other people for being human. I forgive my mistakes and the mistakes of others. Today I take charge of my life by choosing to forgive. The choice to heal and forgive is always mine. Choosing to forgive begins the process of healing. It is up to me what is forgivable and unforgivable. I choose everything to be forgivable. I believe in no statute of limitations on forgiveness. It is okay to forgive someone over and today I give forgiveness the time it needs to mature. I forgive regardless of whether I am forgiven by others. One of my greatest abilities is my ability to forgive. I accept the forgiveness of others. I am willing to forgive. I release myself from my anger and let the past go. The past is forgiven. I am thankful. I let go of my hurt and anger toward anyone and anything. I allow divine love to permeate my thoughts. I live in the now each moment of each day. Today, I forgive myself. My memory of this situation is healed. I move forward with renewed joy toward life. Today is graced with the divine. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself over and over again. Forgiveness expands within me to let the past go and open my eyes to the happiness of tomorrow. The past is gone. I live only in the present. I live in the now and design my future. The past has no effect on my present. I realize that my parents gave their best best. I forgive them for any wrong that they unknowingly did to me. I also forgive myself for holding a grudge against them. I forgive myself for being imperfect like everybody else. However, I still manage to live the best life that I can. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. As I follow the path of forgiveness, life becomes a new, clean slate on which I can draw my new life plan as I wish. Each day is a new opportunity. Today is the first day of my new life. I forgive everyone from my life in the past and love myself into the future. I move beyond forgiveness to understanding, and I have compassion and kindness for all. I am forgiving, loving, gentle, and kind, and am safe in the knowledge that life loves me. I lay down the heavy weight of doubt, shame, guilt, and embarrassment. I release the past so I can step into the future with pure intentions. I am capable of moving beyond my mistakes. I am able to heal from the hurt and pain of what I have caused. I am worthy of all the compassion and kindness life offers me. I forgive myself a day at a time until it's complete. I gently release the grip of anger and rage from my body. I set my past free and forgive my participation in it. I give up the hope of a different past by accepting my true past. I trust my present and future decisions based on love and good intentions. I trade my anger and rage for understanding and compassion. I accept that I did the best I could at the time with what I knew. I have the courage to heal and become whole again. I will treat myself with respect and kindness from today forward. I forgive others as I forgive myself, with deep sincerity and loving compassion. I take this small step toward greater growth. I am willing to live with all of who I am. I am capable of loving all of who I am. I go with the flow that life brings me. I grow more patient and understanding of others by forgiving myself. I let go of all self-judgment and self-sabotage. I melt into an ocean of love and forgiveness. I grow stronger and better as I forgive myself to move on. I forgive myself so that I can have inner peace again. I can only share my gift with the world if I first forgive myself. I move beyond forgiveness to understanding, and I have compassion for all. I know that old, negative patterns no longer limit me. I let them go with ease. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. I forgive everyone in my past for all perceived wrong. I release them with love. I am ready to be healed. I am willing to forgive. All is well. I forgive the actions of those I feel have wounded me. I forgive myself for all I feel I have done. I allow myself to be forgiven. I forgive my parents. I forgive what I have done to the life I have been given. I forgive myself for believing in old thought patterns. Forgiveness comes easily to me. I send forgiveness to the entire world. I feel and accept forgiveness from the world. Forgiving others makes me feel good. Forgiving myself feels good and right. It is okay to forgive myself. It is okay to be guilt-free. It is okay to be forgiven. I deserve total forgiveness. I forgive myself completely. I am forgiven. I forgive humanity. I forgive myself for anything I have done badly to my kids. I'm sorry for anything bad I've ever done. I choose to forgive myself. I choose to forgive my children. I choose to forgive the universe. I choose to forgive my perception of God. I choose to forgive my neighbors. I forgive and release my childhood and its memories. I forgive myself for being angry. I forgive my body when it seems to fail me. I forgive myself for having doubts. I let go of any mistakes I have made and forgive myself. I forgive myself for any times I have acted unlovingly. I am ready to forgive myself today. I am ready to forgive my parents today. I am ready to forgive my children today. I am ready to forgive the universe today. I forgive myself. Forgiveness is a virtue I possess in great abundance. Forgiveness is important to the future of the world. I forgive, therefore I am. I forgive myself for not wanting to forgive. I forgive myself for thinking I am unable to forgive. I forgive myself for choosing negative responses. I forgive what I have become. I forgive what I haven't become. I forgive my judgments over others. I forgive myself for when I am disappointed. I forgive myself for when I am angry and hostile. I forgive myself for when I ignore the positive. I forgive myself for hating and fearing God. I forgive myself for caring what others think of me. Forgiving myself allows me to discover my inner self. Forgiveness frees up energy to use for other projects. Forgiveness makes it easier to communicate with all. Forgiveness is its own reward. Forgiveness provides a great gift, the gift of peace. I forgive the universe now in this moment. Everyone forgives me this day. I forgive myself for ignoring who I am. I forgive myself for being annoyed. I forgive myself for buying into another's attitude. I forgive myself for letting others push my buttons. I forgive myself for being tired. Forgiveness is a part of my nature. Forgiveness is my first reaction to any situation. Forgiveness makes me smile. I have a very forgiving nature. It feels natural for me to forgive regularly. I forgive myself for being nervous. I forgive me for thinking bitter thoughts about my friends. I forgive myself for any promises I have broken. I forgive myself for my feelings of envy or jealousy. I forgive those who speak in anger. In my life I emphasize love and forgiveness. I choose to understand what forgiveness really means. I forgive myself for feeling like I am alone. I choose to forgive myself for old limiting beliefs. I forgive what I perceive to be bad drivers. Forgiveness is the greatest gift I give anyone today. I am relieved to discover that I am kind and forgiving. Happiness stems from loving and forgiving myself. I let go of the past and correct the present. I choose to freely forgive anyone I'm angry with. I shorten the time it takes to forgive myself today. Today I forgive other people for being human. I forgive my mistakes and the mistakes of others. Today I take charge of my life by choosing to forgive. The choice to heal and forgive is always mine. Choosing to forgive begins the process of healing. It is up to me what is forgivable and unforgivable. I choose everything to be forgivable. I believe in no statute of limitations on forgiveness. It is okay to forgive someone over and today I give forgiveness the time it needs to mature. I forgive regardless of whether I am forgiven by others. One of my greatest abilities is my ability to forgive. I accept the forgiveness of others. I am willing to forgive. I release myself from my anger and let the past go. The past is forgiven. I am thankful. I let go of my hurt and anger toward anyone and anything. I allow divine love to permeate my thoughts. I live in the now each moment of each day. Today, I forgive myself. My memory of this situation is healed. I move forward with renewed joy toward life. Today is graced with the divine. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself over and over again. Forgiveness expands within me to let the past go and open my eyes to the happiness of tomorrow. The past is gone. I live only in the present. I live in the now and design my future. The past has no effect on my present. I realize that my parents gave their best to me. I forgive them for any wrong that they unknowingly did to me. I also forgive myself for holding a grudge against them. I forgive myself for being imperfect like everybody else. However, I still manage to live the best life that I can. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. As I follow the path of forgiveness, life becomes a new, clean slate on which I can draw my new life plan as I wish. Each day is a new opportunity. Today is the first day of my new life. I forgive everyone from my life in the past and love myself into the future. I move beyond forgiveness to understanding and I have compassion and kindness for all. I am forgiving, loving, gentle, and kind, and am safe in the knowledge that life loves me. I lay down the heavy weight of doubt, shame, guilt, and embarrassment. I release the past so I can step into the future with pure intentions. I am capable of moving beyond my mistakes. I am able to heal from the hurt and pain of what I have caused. I am worthy of all the compassion and kindness life offers me. I forgive myself a day at a time until it's complete. I gently release the grip of anger and rage from my body. I set my past free and forgive my participation in it. I give up the hope of a different past by accepting my true past. I trust my present and future decisions based on love and good intentions. I trade my anger and rage for understanding and compassion. I accept that I did the best I could at the time with what I knew. I have the courage to heal and become whole again. I will treat myself with respect and kindness from today forward. I forgive others as I forgive myself, with deep sincerity and loving compassion. I take this small step toward greater growth. I am willing to live with all of who I am. I am capable of loving all of who I am. I go with the flow that life brings me. I grow more patient and understanding of others by forgiving myself. I let go of all self-judgment and self-sabotage. I melt into an ocean of love and forgiveness. I grow stronger and better as I forgive myself to move on. I forgive myself so that I can have inner peace again. I can only share my gift with the world if I first forgive myself. I move beyond forgiveness to understanding, and I have compassion for all. I know that old, negative patterns no longer limit me. I let them go with ease. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. I forgive everyone in my past for all perceived wrongs. I release them with love. I am ready to be healed. I am willing to forgive. All is well. I forgive the actions of those I feel have wounded me. I forgive myself for all I feel I have done. I allow myself to be forgiven. I forgive my parents. I forgive what I have done to the life I have been given. I forgive myself for believing in old thought patterns. Forgiveness comes easily to me. I send forgiveness to the entire world. I feel and accept forgiveness from the world. Forgiving others makes me feel good. Forgiving myself feels good and right. It is okay to forgive myself. It is okay to be guilt-free. It is okay to be forgiven. I deserve total forgiveness. I forgive myself completely. I am forgiven. I forgive humanity. I forgive myself for anything I have done badly to my kids. I'm sorry for anything bad I've ever done. I choose to forgive myself. I choose to forgive my children. I choose to forgive the universe. I choose to forgive my perception of God. I choose to forgive my neighbors. I forgive and release my childhood and its memories. I forgive myself for being angry. I forgive my body when it seems to fail me. I forgive myself for having doubts. I let go of any mistakes I have made and forgive myself. I forgive myself for any times I have acted unlovingly. I am ready to forgive myself today. I am ready to forgive my parents today. I am ready to forgive my children today. I am ready to forgive the universe today. I forgive myself. Forgiveness is a virtue I possess in great abundance. Forgiveness is important to the future of the world. I forgive, therefore I am. I forgive myself for not wanting to forgive. I forgive myself for thinking I am unable to forgive. I forgive myself for choosing negative responses. I forgive what I have become. I forgive what I haven't become. I forgive my judgments over others. I forgive myself for when I am disappointed. I forgive myself for when I am angry and hostile. I forgive myself for when I ignore the positive. I forgive myself for hating and fearing God. I forgive myself for caring what others think of me. Forgiving myself allows me to discover my inner self. Forgiveness frees up energy to use for other projects. Forgiveness makes it easier to communicate with all. Forgiveness is its own reward. Forgiveness provides a great gift, the gift of peace. I forgive the universe now in this moment. Everyone forgives me this day. I forgive myself for ignoring who I am. I forgive myself for being annoyed. I forgive myself for buying into another's attitude. I forgive myself for letting others push my buttons. I forgive myself for being tired. Forgiveness is a part of my nature. Forgiveness is my first reaction to any situation. Forgiveness makes me smile. I have a very forgiving nature. It feels natural for me to forgive regularly. I forgive myself for being nervous. I forgive me for thinking bitter thoughts about my friends. I forgive myself for any promises I have broken. I forgive myself for my feelings of envy or jealousy. I forgive those who speak in anger. In my life I emphasize love and forgiveness. I choose to understand what forgiveness really means. I forgive myself for feeling like I am alone. I choose to forgive myself for old limiting beliefs. I forgive what I perceive to be bad drivers. Forgiveness is the greatest gift I give anyone today. I am relieved to discover that I am kind and forgiving. Happiness stems from loving and forgiving myself. I let go of the past and correct the present. I choose to freely forgive anyone I'm angry with. I shorten the time it takes to forgive myself today. Today I forgive other people for being human. I forgive my mistakes and the mistakes of others. Today I take charge of my life by choosing to forgive. The choice to heal and forgive is always mine. Choosing to forgive begins the process of healing. It is up to me what is forgivable and unforgivable. I choose everything to be forgivable. I believe in no statute of limitations on forgiveness. It is okay to forgive someone over and today I give forgiveness the time it needs to mature. I forgive regardless of whether I am forgiven by others. One of my greatest abilities is my ability to forgive. I accept the forgiveness of others. I am willing to forgive. I release myself from my fear and let the past go. The past is forgiven. I am thankful. I let go of my hurt and anger toward anyone and anything. I allow divine love to permeate my thoughts. I live in the now each moment of each day. Today, I forgive myself. My memory of this situation is healed. I move forward with renewed joy toward life. Today is graced with the divine. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself over and over again. Forgiveness expands within me to let the past go and open my eyes to the happiness of tomorrow. The past is gone. I live only in the present. I live in the now and design my future. The past has no effect on my present. I realize that my parents gave their best to me. I forgive them for any wrong that they unknowingly did to me. I also forgive myself for holding a grudge against them. I forgive myself for being imperfect like everybody else. However, I still manage to live the best life that I can. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. As I follow the path of forgiveness, life becomes a new, clean slate on which I can draw my new life plan as I wish. Each day is a new opportunity. Today is the first day of my new life. I forgive everyone from my life in the past and love myself into the future. I move beyond forgiveness to understanding and I have compassion and kindness for all. I am forgiving, loving, gentle and kind and am safe in the knowledge that life loves me. I lay down the heavy weight of doubt, shame, guilt and embarrassment. I release the past so I can step into the future with pure intentions. I am capable of moving beyond my mistakes. I am able to heal from the hurt and pain of what I have caused. I am worthy of all the compassion and kindness life offers me. I forgive myself one day at a time until it's complete. I gently release the grip of anger and rage from my body. I set my past free and forgive my participation in it. I give up the hope of a different past by accepting my true past. I trust my present and future decisions based on love and good intentions. I trade my anger and rage for understanding and compassion. I accept that I did the best I could at the time with what I knew. I have the courage to heal and become whole again. I will treat myself with respect and kindness from today forward. I forgive others as I forgive myself, with ease, sincerity and loving compassion. I take this small step toward greater growth. I am willing to live with all of who I am. I am capable of loving all of who I am. I go with the flow that life brings me. I grow more patient and understanding of others by forgiving myself. I let go of all self-judgment and self-sabotage. I melt into an ocean of love and forgiveness. I grow stronger and better as I forgive myself to move on. I forgive myself so that I can have inner peace again. I can only share my gift with the world if I first forgive myself. I move beyond forgiveness to understanding, and I have compassion for all. I know that old, negative patterns no longer limit me. I let them go with ease.